Good day everyone, Alice here from Sophie Financial Network. Today is April 27, 2022. I'm going to talk about Google in this video. We are going through into fundamental analysis and technical analysis just because Google announced their earnings yesterday and we just posted in our channel, in our Telegram group as well. Here's our Telegram channel, Sophie Financial Network. If you're interested, you can just join to Telegram and just search for this and you can join to our channel. It's free, got lots of educational materials, lots of analysis, all the earnings, all the important reports are going to be posted there as well. So yesterday, April 26, Google announced their first quarter of 2022 earning, and just as you see here, price slaughtered after hours and just hit 2250. This is just above that one, but it went even deeper just because earning didn't meet the expectation, or technically they say earning miss the expectation. So what was the expectation? Expectation was $25.90 per share, and earning was 24.62 according to Refinitiv, and also revenue was 68 billion versus 68.11 billion expected. So that was slightly missed, but price just went down 8%, close to 5% to be honest after hours, but just bounced back. And today Google price went down as well. So where are we at? What was the fundamental behind the Google earnings? In this video we are going to talk about it in detail. Just bear with me in a minute. Okay, so here is alphabet statement of cash flow. Just before cash flow, let's go up to, this is the earning announcement by the way. Here is the balance sheet. All right, so the balance sheet, as you see here, if you compare 2022, 2021, this is the first quarter, you see there is a slight miss in cash and cash equivalent, which is not a big deal. But if you go down a little bit to this area, just give me a second. Here's the revenue. So revenue, as you see here, 2022 first quarter compared to last year first quarter, revenue at a substantial move to the upside. You see, so there is an uptick in revenue, 68 billion compared to 55 billion last year, and obviously revenue went up as well. And net income, however, it went down. So that's the interesting thing. We should look at why net income went down from 16 billion to 17 billion. Oh, sorry, from 17, pretty close to 18 billion to 16 billion. There was a reason behind that, and in this video we're going to talk about it. And here is the income from operation, which is another important statement. So income from operation actually went up, means like the Google is functioning properly. And what happened to the total cost and expenses? So the total cost and expenses went up, so it just beat up a little bit the operation, so that's why income went down. What was inside the expense and cost? So if we go down to the statement of the cash flow, another statement, net income, as you see here, went down compared to the last quarter of 2021, went down, and the reason was here. So account payable, this one went down. So this is not a good sign for Google. Obviously people look at it as a warning sign, right? Another thing that is interesting, I just want to talk, which is positive one, is financing activities, Google repurchasing stocks. So this is a good sign. So one of the expenses or one of the costs that beat up a little bit operating income was this. So Google repurchased stock, which is good for us, which is good for shareholders, just because there's going to be less competitors for the Google stocks. And also another interesting thing is repayment of the debt. So Google, they try to reduce their balance sheet by repayment of their debt. So this is another good sign for the Google. So if you see the income goes down because of the cost and expenses, we should see what was those expenses. If Google tried to pay dividend to their shareholder, that's not a good sign, to be honest. And I wouldn't like it, but Google repurchased the stock. So when repurchase the stock is going to be good sign, when company is making money, when company is growing and making money, cash flow is positive, revenue is positive, earning is positive, which is the case for Google. And they say to themselves, where is the better investment when we have cash flow? And they found out themselves, Google is good investment, right? So why not? Why not we are investing on ourselves, right? So here is the cash flow and cash flow statement. So the cash flow goes down, again, just because they are repaymenting their debt a lot. Like compare these two numbers, 16 billion compared to 900 million last year first quarter, and this year first quarter they just repayment of their debt a lot, right? So that's another one. And interesting thing, the last let me just go down to the last section here, because there are some interesting numbers here. So if you see revenues in different areas going up, so this is good, just because comparing these two sections together, quarter ended to 2021, 2020, this is not for this year, but this is a comparison between 2021, 2020, quarter ended. This is uptick for the change prior to the last year, right? So that's the good sign for the Google. And the different areas, different investments that they have, and different scope of work that they have. So you see they're all upticking to the upside. And here is expenses here again. So if you see that one, you will see the quarter ended March 31st for 2022. They realized some loss in their investments and securities. That's why the income goes down. So you see the last quarter of the first quarter in 2021 they gained, but for this year they just lost 1 billion. So last year they just made 4 billion. This year they lost 1 billion. So that was one of the reasons that you see income goes down and expense goes up. Another thing is here. So the last segment result is going to be revenue services goes up, Google Cloud goes up, which is good. Other bets actually goes up as well. So that's the bottom line. Google total revenue went up compared to last year, right? So that's the good one. And also total income from operation, it went up as well. So Google tried to reduce the balance sheet, which is pretty good sign. But the only issue that I see with Google is the account payables have delayed. So that's not a good sign, but it needs to be monitored for the next quarters as well, to see if the number of the payment delayed for more than usual, then it's going to be bad sign for the Google, because it means that the company cannot get the payment from its customer properly, right? And the last portion of the Google earning announcement was all the areas that Google is actively making money. And you see there are lots of areas that they are trying to monetize their services, and there are lots of free services as well now. So if Google tries to monetize those ones, there is going to be lots of opportunity with Google to make more money, and even total income and revenues actually going higher as well. All right. Okay, after reviewing the fundamental, we will see, yes, fundamental Google, there is a hiccup in Google, but there was no bad sign with that hiccup. So they try to reduce the balance sheet, they try to invest in their, by buying back their shares, which is a good sign again. So that's why the earning actually went down a little bit, right? And also revenues. Revenue went up compared to last year. Of course, they didn't meet the expectation, but expectation is not the end of the world. They just beating themselves by upticking in their revenue, which is good sign as well. Okay, after just reviewing the balance sheet, cash flow statement, and also the other financial factors, let's go to the technical analysis. Let's go to the chart, see what chart tells us. Okay, so here is the Google monthly chart. And if you remember, we were talking about Google a while ago, and we were waiting for this level. And all of my members waiting for this level. And they didn't surprise at all, just because price is coming back down sharply. We just buy a little bit here, and we are going to buy even if price goes deeper. I'm not sure if price goes deeper as well. Here is the very, very good solid support, I would say, monthly chart. And as you see here, this SMA 20, and all of those people who are taking my course, technical course, they know what pattern it is. So it is very, very a nice pattern that you can find out in any time frame, especially for the monthly chart. It is very, very strong pattern, and we're waiting just for a bounce for Google. I don't know if it's going to be just a dead cat bounce or rally. I would expect it's going to be, even if it was a bounce, it's going to be a good, solid, substantial bounce, at least to this 26-25 area as well, right? Here's another thing. If you connect this ceilings here, these pivots, so you will see this trend line is going all the way back up there. So there is still space between here 2200 to 2000. So this area could be tested. So don't be surprised if price goes down to test this level, especially this 38% extension Fibonacci, which is going to be 258. So 2058. So any area from 2000 to 2100, let's say, that would be a possibility still in Google, still on the table. But I think 2200, which is the one that we see, is very, very solid support area based on the monthly chart as well, right? So if you go to the weekly chart, here is the weekly chart, and a weekly chart, we're just waiting for this in this pink box, and we bought today, and probably if it stretched down a little bit, you're going to buy more, because this is the buying opportunity for us. This is not a fearful for us. I know for some people are saying, oh my god, this is a QM or head and shoulder pattern or whatever they can call it, but this is triggered already. So this price is coming back down to our level, and we are going to buy heavily here, just because I think there is going to be a good buying opportunity here in this level as well. So I wouldn't hesitate to buy more if price gives us better discount here in this level, just because technically it is coming to our level. So why we should hesitate as well. Going to the daily chart. Okay, so daily chart is kind of scary. Lots of people are saying this support has been broken. This support has been broken. So price is going back down here. So probably the next level is going to be here as well. So yes, there is going to be a fair amount of possibility if price goes back down there, but based on the monthly chart and weekly chart, I would say the downside movement is going to be limited compared to the upside move. So you will get probably 100 to 150 downside target, but the upside target is going to be 400 to 500. So I wouldn't short it. I'm just waiting for more downside if it gives me opportunity to this area. So look at that. Here is the area. And just give me a second. Probably I shouldn't use this. Okay, something around 2000 to 2100. If it takes out this pivot, I don't know if it's gonna take out this one, but somewhere around here would be a very, very nice area for the last chance for the buyers. Still, price is in downtrend in daily chart. It's not going to be in good shape. This area was very, very solid support here. If you just draw a line here, let me just draw a line here. So this area was very, very solid one, and if you break through, of course the sharp sell-off is coming, which is triggered already, and here is the tons of support here. If this one taked out, I would say here's the possibility for price to just meet the final downside target, which is coming along with our weekly and monthly chart as well. All right, so here's the analysis for Googl. If you have any question, please go to the chat box down there and put your questions. And if you like this video, please smash the like button. Please subscribe to our channel. That's going to be the only help that you can just to support us, and you can help us as well. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. See you on the chart. Bye bye.